This week on the Anime Alchemist podcast.
It's crazy because like Martine competed. He played
Yes.
he played in the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero tournament. And then Gary played in a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet tournament.
We didn't get to go and meet, but we also saw Rhyme Style. What do we think of the live action Chopper reveal? What are your initial thoughts?
Give about 5-10 years, we're gonna have to be asking anime, manga, live action, or remake.
Oh my god. Let me know in the comments, but like, do you all think that Sanji should have Conquerors Haki?
Do y'all think Sakazuki has it? Yeah, I've also heard people talking about they think that Dr. Heaterlook is Zebek.
I've heard that theory. Craziest theories.
What?
Zebek, Roger, Garp. All three of them, brothers.
Brothers?
Yes, but not like blood brothers. Sake cup brothers.
Queen.
And they
Yeah,
didn't
not
have,
Vegapunk.
they didn't have enough white beard DNA, so they sprinkled a little queen juice in there.
That's never say that again. Ew. Ew.
All right, well, welcome back to the Anime Alchemist podcast. My name is Gary.
My name is Martine.
My name is Emery.
Don't be weirded out by the thing I got on my neck. We're gonna open some cards, but
Yeah, we got a special little treat for.
For the YouTube people.
Yeah.
yeah, for our YouTube people. So go ahead and make sure you're subscribed there. Like, comment if you like the content. Make sure you're following our Spotify. Audio. Actually, all of it drops on the same day, Wednesday.
But special treat for the YouTube people if you want to see what we're unboxing here.
Audio listeners, go check it out.
Or at least look at the video on
Oh,
Spotify.
yeah, that's true. If you're watching on Spotify, you can watch this actually.
Yeah. But yeah. And then
Yeah, let's talk about some anime. Oh, well, actually, spoiler warning. We'll get you 10% off of your G Fuel.
never forget.
And remember, spoiler warning. We don't know what we're going to end up talking about.
Yeah, this is kind of just random. We'll do many spoiler warnings throughout if we end up touching.
Who knows? We might pull something crazy out of this and spoil manga or anime only. So.
But yeah, so this episode's just a little different. We just got back from a convention, DreamCon Houston 2025.
Which is where Gary got these cards.
Yeah. Honestly, I had a blast. So I'm looking forward to the next time that it comes around because a lot different than Matsuri for sure.
Oh yeah, this is way different than Matsuri. There you go. There's a cutting apparatus there, Gary.
Oh, nice, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Zoro.
Mm-hmm.
He came in with it. He knew.
The exhibition hall was so much smaller than any convention I've been to.
Yeah, but it was packed, dude. It was like smaller in terms of size, like where they held it, but like 5 times the number of people.
I've never seen so much gaming stuff.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of this con. Like, it was very focused on the gaming and the tournaments that they had, because Matsuri does not do any of that.
It was pretty cool because like when I saw like the big like stage, and like it was fully committed just to the games.
Yeah. No, I thought that was so cool. I think
was
because like Matsuri has like a very, very small section where you can like, we have
It's
a couple
literally
games
the
here.
back of the like.
Yeah, you can tell it's not a priority. But like RDC World, they know they're streamers. They have a lot of streamer friends, so it makes a lot of sense.
I'll open that last.
Promo pack.
Okay, bet.
It was crazy because like Martine competed. He played
Yes.
he played in the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero tournament. And then Gary played in a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet tournament. And so like technically, if you guys had continued going, would you guys have been on that stage? You think?
No, I don't think they did the Sparking tournament on the big stage. That was dedicated to, I want to say, Marvel Rivals. They might have had a Valorant thing one of the other days, and today they were doing COD. So,
Okay.
big thing. But the COD tournament, dude, was insane. Did you hear all the people cheering and stuff?
Oh yeah, no, it got wild.
That was a huge draw.
Really?
Yeah, no, the Call of Duty tournament was like the main thing that they were pushing on the gaming stuff.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That was like at the top.
Dude,
and then it was Apex Legends.
The freaking what am I trying to say? The grand prize was $25,000.
Jeez.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Like
That's some life-changing money.
I know,
at a
right?
convention, like that's crazy.
For just
Like-
being really good at video games. That's
Oh my
why
God.
like esports is so big
Is
now.
that a mommy?
Than it
That
ever
is absolutely mommy.
It is.
Nice.
Lady Mary Leona.
Leona.
I'm gonna just tell y'all if I get something crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. This is my first time seeing any of the Black Clover cards in person.
Aside from like Japanese, same.
Are these in English?
Ooh, Lady Mary Leona. Yeah, no, these are English. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know what I mean?
They
Union Arena. They be dropping some heat recently.
look like they have like a texture to them or something. They're like kind of matte or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one kind of does. You're right.
That's cool. Yeah, quality cards. I forgot his name was Xenon.
Yeah, it was cool. So at the exposition hall, they had all kinds of stuff. They had the typical anime things that you would want to see, like Pokemon. Clearly like different cards. I feel like the artist alley was kind of weak though. It was pretty small.
I didn't even know I was in the artist alley until I saw a sign that was like support artists, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, like I saw some of the vendors that we've seen before at Artist Alley, but it was definitely a lot more like a lot smaller, less focus on that, more just like the general vendors that go to every con ever, anything anime related at the very least. Oh, we got the other Zagritis brother.
Ooh, nice. Oh, Dante. Are we gonna bury the lead, by the way?
And
ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yami.
Yami also.
I mean, we already have.
Bury the lead?
Yeah, bury the lead about DreamCon.
What do you mean?
Oh my word. I love that woman.
I remember when he forgot to grab that for you.
She probably won't share it with me later. Ooh. That's a nice mommy goalie on guard.
Some heat.
Heck yeah.
What
What are you talking about? Yeah.
we got to interview Cinna.
We did, y'all. So we'll have it posted eventually, but we did we went around and did our typical like, interviewing
Random
people
mostly-
in cosplay and stuff. What? Ooh, that one.
That's a action
different color.
action point card.
Ooh, okay, we'll get to that.
Those can be really nice usually. Yeah.
Hollow action point.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. We'll come back to the story momentarily. I'm very curious to see what he got.
Noel.
Oh,
Asta. That's cool.
heck yeah. We gotta get our boy. Always. Okay, yeah. So we were going around the convention and just interviewing random people that were there. Some phenomenal cosplays. Like I feel like this convention definitely had some of the better tier cosplays that I've seen.
People who have put effort into it. So that's the thing.
Artistic ones.
It is a convention for content creators.
Yeah, so that they like take it very seriously. And that's something that we saw like everywhere you look. People just had cameras and were vlogging and interviewing and stuff like that. So it felt cool because it didn't feel like we were the only ones doing that, right? So that was really nice. And literally at the very, very end of the convention, Sunday, we're like less than an hour before they close, so we're kind of about to leave. And I had already put the camera almost away and everything. But then I look over my shoulder and I see someone walk by and I'm like, is that Cinna? And I had to like do a double take and I'm like, oh my god, I think that's Cinna. And I think I didn't think it was her because she was like taller than I thought she was in person. But she was wearing
Might have been
platform
wearing heels.
Yeah, she was. I just wasn't expecting it. So then I bring in Bunny Lord and I was like, hey, is that Cinna? And she looks over and she's like, oh my god, I think so. And immediately I'm like, Sarah, we gotta get that interview. Like, that's like the biggest thing that we've seen all weekend because we unfortunately did not run into too many like big content creators that I know were there. Ooh, Yami.
Dang, the Yami's sick.
That one's cool. That one's glossy.
But yeah, shout out to the Bunny Lord. She like we were like, yeah, we want that interview. She bolted.
Yeah, no, she moved and I was like, oh, that
There
woman's on a
there
mission.
was a solid second where I was like, I lost her completely, and the next thing I know, she's sitting there waving me down like, yeah, I found her.
Oh, okay. There she is.
Another
Another action point.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, she went over, introduced herself to Cinna. I go over, I introduce myself, kind of explain what's going on, and be like, hey, yeah, we just, we're wondering if you'd be down to do a quick little interview. We love your content, and we wanted to just ask you a couple anime questions for our podcast. And she's like, yeah, sure.
And then awkward as hell, Emery just walks up.
And then yes, Gary and Emery walk up. Oh, mimosa.
Is that hollow too? Oh
Yeah,
no.
if you don't want it, I'll take.
It's mimosa. Oh, the Black Bulls.
Who do you like more, mimosa or boa?
Damn.
Mimosa. I do
Dang.
not like Boa. Boa's a horrible, terrible human being.
He's actually got a really nice boa card coming here pretty soon.
I do. That's the worst part. Is like it's like kind of really, really nice. When Bunny Lord saw it, she was like, "Dang, you pulled that."
But yeah, we got to see Cinna, meet her in person, so that was super cool. She was such a sweetheart. Literally I can tell she was kind of just trying to like shop before they closed up exhibit hall, and I was like, I'm so sorry to take your time, blah blah blah. But she was super cool with it. So shout out to Cinna, appreciate you.
I was not expecting such an Attack on Titan fan.
Yeah, she really likes
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. I was like, oh.
You said that like, what's your comfort anime? And she's like, it might be a weird comfort anime, but I like Attack on
I was
Titan.
just
Like,
like,
it might sound insane, but
my brain had to justify. I was like, it's really pretty and it's a good story.
Oh, it's a great story. I actually think it's a
Yeah.
great comfort anime. Like,
We won't emphasize on the amount of death.
yeah, well, you could skip around, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
once you know the full story, then it's really just a circle, and you can kind of just pick whatever moment of the story
Oh God, it's
you want to
just a
visit.
circle.
Yeah, it really is.
finally a Noel.
Oh, nice.
Nice
Yeah,
little
finally.
That's the first Noel card I've pulled. Like
We need Magna.
period.
Magnus Wing.
Yeah, we need a Magnus Wing.
Oh, you know? I'm just kidding.
What kind of question is that?
Bro, I'd be upset if I pulled the
Wet blanket.
But yeah, outside of Cinna, we also we didn't get to go and meet, but we also saw Rhyme Style, who, for those who don't know, he's another YouTube content creator. He does a lot of like Dragon Ball Z, more video game related content, but I know him for his Dragon Ball Z like.
Oh, he did it. Nice Uno
He
card.
spoke it into existence. We got that,
Bruh, why?
It does look cool.
It does look cool, but
This Yami. Nope. No stars yet. Damn, he's just been cooking. Damn, that means it's just been cooking.
Rhyme Style.
Oh yeah, Rhyme Style.
So yeah, Rhyme Style was there. He does like video game content creation stuff. I didn't get a chance to go talk to him because he was busy talking to a bunch of other fans. So I was like, I'm not gonna bother him. But saw him. That was really cool. And I heard, and I didn't see him, and I'm so upset. But anybody who likes One Piece manga, Brago D Ace or BDA Law was there. And he's like one of my favorite One Piece content creators, and I was like looking for him. I was like, I really hope I like run into him or something. I just want to like tell him like I love his channel and stuff, but did not run into him unfortunately. But
wild. I didn't know he was there.
yeah,
That's
I
really
saw
cool.
he posted on his Instagram story that he was there, and I was like, oh my god, there were so many random like content creators that I found out just because I follow them, and they were posting that they were there. But yeah, not all of them were just like featured guests. They were just like people who wanted to go to the con.
That's crazy because a lot of them are like, I mean, again, we noticed like they were in cosplay, so you were not going to notice them.
Yeah, exactly.
Not all of them.
Like Sketch was there apparently. I had no idea until today that he was there.
Really?
Yeah, he was at the charity basketball game.
Ah.
You know where they held
That was
it?
last night.
Yeah.
Don't tell me in that room.
No, it was actually held in the Fertitta Center, the basketball stadium at U of H.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice stadium. That's where I had my
Yeah.
graduation.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, but he was there. I heard that game was really good too. Like, yeah, I've seen clips of it online. I kind of wish I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that they had a charity basketball game.
I know you don't know him, but I know him. It's Logan Chitwood. He's the guy who does again. He does live action. I can never.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Asta.
Hell yeah.
I can never pronounce his name, Gary, but I know you can. When you see him dressed like this, who do you, Haki's dad? I can't pronounce his first name.
Yojiro Hanma.
Like
Yeah, dude, he's huge. He's actually huge in person.
Really?
and like
He
yeah,
looks big just in pictures.
this is what he does when he goes to like cons.
Oh, I've seen that video.
Yeah.
That's him?
Yes, that's who that we were looking at, bro.
Oh, and you didn't go say hi.
No, man, this is a terrifying individual, man.
So
No. He's probably so cool.
he's probably like
I know,
super cool.
I've seen like his lives. I watched his lives. He is an incredibly cool guy.
No, there's just
100%.
he was
I was
getting
just nervous.
No, he was getting swarmed by a lot of people at the time.
I'm sure.
That too,
Yeah.
that too. He's
And
a-
that's
he-
probably why a lot of like the big content creators weren't just casually walking around all the time because that's got to be exhausting just getting approached all the time.
Like, hold on. I know I saved it. It was like the last one of the last people we had saw. Hold on. I'm mad I can't find this. We had talked about him, something Junior.
Oh, he had a panel.
Yeah, he did have a panel.
We
but
literally walked right by us, but he was
walked
on a
right past us.
mission.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was moving.
Let's see I think he had a panel that day or today.
Also, literally anything that involved Megan Thee Stallion, it was completely.
She
I mean,
was
like,
everywhere. Like
everywhere.
marketing wise, they were promoting a new
Yes,
alcohol
let's go.
oh, he hit a the Noel.
line.
Oh, that's a nice one too.
Yeah, that's actually what her signature would look like.
Yeah, like if it had the signature, that's yeah,
That's the hit in the box.
nice.
Oh man,
That's-
fitting.
Tony Weaver Jr.
Yes, Tony Weaver Jr.
He was there.
Yeah, bro, you basically got all three. Plus
Nice, dude.
Yami, and you got Mommy Goleon.
Is that the last pack?
Yeah, last pack magic.
Alrighty. Let's see. Vanessa.
I didn't get to see Agent or Extra Emily, which I'm really bummed because I love them on Streamer University. They were so freaking funny together. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Talk about last pack.
Oh man, that's my girl.
Really? Oh,
Muted. I'm muted. Yeah, wow.
both of you were muted.
Wow, that's the first time I've muted myself.
Welcome to the gang.
Yo. Oh, that's
Hey,
so
that's
dope.
fire.
You don't have
Wow,
top loaders or sleeves?
Ooh.
Is that ready? I was gonna. Do you know where they are?
This has a star.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
box
that's,
hit.
that's the box.
Alright,
hit.
Yeah, it has a-
And then for the promo.
Oh, I thought this
Promos.
was part of the promo.
No.
Mhm.
The promo is just a.
Oh my!
event-looking
Oh my
card.
days.
It's cool, right?
Uh huh.
I'm pretty sure that's like a
A rare, like,
30,
alt art.
40
Yeah.
berry card. Raw. 30, 40 berries.
Yeah, I better put a sleeve on that queep.
And then hit the Dante. Oh, that's cool. I like that. It has the.
Were there no Magna cards?
Huh.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, it's because he wasn't in any of the finale.
Yeah, I know.
That
but-
final
Go
season.
check out the YouTube or actually watch the video on Spotify if you want to see the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we got a POV of Gary opening the cards, so you can
welcome.
probably see that on Spotify also. So just
Yeah.
wherever you watch the video, you can check that out if you're
We
curious.
appreciate you if you watch everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Make sure you guys also turn those notifications on so you guys know when we post in.
Yes, sir.
Real quick,
Mhm.
I think this is super relevant because this is this podcast. We got the official reveal and voice of Tony Chopper.
We did. That is a very big deal.
I'm okay. I personally am really excited about it and happy about it because the voice actress they chose,
Mhm.
like I remember I used to follow her on Vine for the longest time. Like when I actually like,
Just showed your age.
yeah, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
love Vine. R.I.P.
And like back in the day, like when I actually like gave a damn about like Instagram, like they were like one of those like celebrities. Like when Vine died, I was like, no, like I gotta go follow them on their other channels. Really, just like funny, like awkward skits.
hmm
I loved that. And like I quite honestly, I haven't seen much. Like they do other things. I get that. Like so,
Right,
like
yeah.
I don't follow them as much. But like just seeing like her of all people
To be the voice of
of one of my
Chopper.
all-time favorite like anime characters. Yes.
So good. So like actually that's a great point that you brought up. What do we think of the live action Chopper reveal? What are your initial thoughts?
I think he's adorable.
Yeah.
I think they nailed it. I think that any real Chopper fan watching that trailer, they literally had him say all the little lines
Mhm.
that he does and do all his
The
little
mannerisms are
gimmicks.
so Chopper also,
It-
like very just shy and kind of, especially for not Whiskey Peak. What is the name of that arc?
You got it.
Oh no! What is the name of that?
Drum Island.
Drum Island. I was like, I'm missing. It's something island. It's been a while. Sorry, I apologize. But yeah, no. From like Drum Island, he was super shy because it's the first time he meets the crew. I liked it personally. Like, I don't know if it's perfect, but I don't think there was ever a way for them to make it perfect. He looks like a kid, which he is. I think he looks cute. And the voice is really good too. It's that's probably gonna take me a while to kind of get used to because I'm so used to the Chopper voice, like English and Japanese. But I think that she does a good job for it, and he sounds like a kid, so I'm all for it personally.
As long as they don't. My thing is like, yes, you guys nailed. In my opinion, you nailed regular form Chopper.
Yeah. No, it's the not the monster points.
It's just all the other points. It's the horn point.
We're gonna get them in
point.
flashes, bro. We're gonna
You
get them
think
in
so?
tiny little like, oh yeah, oh you see it? Okay, and it's gone.
Like, don't spend too much time on it because then it might look weird type of thing.
And it also makes me curious of like to see like, is she gonna do anything different in those forms? Like, is she
Or, like, with
try
her
to, like,
voice.
like try to make her voice just a little bit more raspy or something? I hope.
I think
would
so,
love- I would
especially
love to
for
see
like
that, yeah.
not arm point, whatever, the bigger one.
Well, he gets like a deeper voice when he goes into that one.
And so like, I hope she actually tries to do that in those things.
Yeah, I think it could be cool. Like what I was mentioning to y'all earlier today when we found out about it, I genuinely think it was probably the smartest thing they could have done to reveal it now before the actual season comes out, and especially like almost a year away, because they said it airs in 2026, so we still got a while before it comes out. And I think revealing it now is kind of just like ripping off that band-aid of like, okay, we know it's gonna be very like split, like some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. So I think giving it time to like, live on the internet for a little while might get people more comfortable with it, especially if they use it in their promo and marketing and stuff. That way, when it comes out in the show, it doesn't feel as weird.
Everybody's already like accustomed to it, and it's just like,
That's what I would do personally, right?
That's smart.
And also, what you mentioned in the car was it could also be kind of like the ugly Sonic effect, where
where they bully them into like changing
yes, they test the waters, right, and see how bad of a reaction it is, and if it's overwhelmingly bad, then they still give themselves enough time to like change it before it officially comes out, which I think is also very smart. I don't think it's necessary personally, but still cool of them to do it. So I am very excited, and I'm so excited for Lara Abova to do Robin. Yeah, I am psyched to see how she does it, dude.
She is
You can
gorgeous.
off.
Whoa, buddy! We're not just interviewing anymore. We're back on the regular podcast.
Oh
Back to
no, I'm
language.
so sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir.
Goodness
You don't
me.
give it dang anymore. You're not the one doing it.
You don't give a dang anymore. Though I love it.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can't-
yeah, I'm hyped for it.
I love this. It made me more excited for season 2. Like, I'm gonna be honest. My biggest selling point for season 2, Joe Manganiello.
Yes,
Dog,
him
yeah.
too, bro. I can't wait to see his
I mean,
crocodile.
like it's somebody I like.
Mm-hmm.
I know is a super nerd.
Yeah.
Like just knowing he's a super nerd. You could put him on the fixation of One Piece. Somebody who can appreciate, like I know would appreciate it.
I think he does. He's talked about like how he's been
yeah.
watching, or reading, or whatever. I doubt he's caught up, but I'm sure he's read enough to appreciate it. He's like, oh no, like I'm into it, because he says that he's really looking forward to like when it airs, because he's been doing a lot of work for like Crocodile and trying to get like the mannerisms down and stuff like that. So I'm excited, and I think he's a good actor, honestly. Like,
I hope he's been practicing the laugh.
yes, the laughs are so important, and that's one thing that like if they would just perfect that, I think that it would always just kind of hit, because attention to detail, So yeah.
I can't wait. Plus, they've already started production on season 3.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of have to, because season 2 is definitely not going to cover all the way through the end of Alabasta.
No.
There's no way. So I think that they'll probably do season 2, maybe get to Alabasta, if not maybe halfway or less.
Mhm.
And then season 3 is going to be the rest of Alabasta, and like make sure that it gets done right.
I mean, okay, so did the season end with them making the promise on the barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got to go through the Grand Line. We got to deal with Crocus and Laboon.
They have to show us
We have
Laboon.
to
That
see
is
Laboon.
incredibly important.
There's no short way about that.
Yeah.
And Whiskey Peak, which, you know,
Dory and
already
Broggy.
kind of got blended in. Dory and Broggy, which is a main thing because
And they've already
giants.
confirmed that.
They have.
I mean,
Oh,
they
there's
have
actors
for
casted for it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Oh,
Good.
well,
I was
they-
scared they were gonna skip it because Dory and
No,
Broggy
no.
are pretty important.
They'll probably combine Whiskey Peak and
And Laboon,
Little Garden.
Little Garden.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because
Yeah, that would-
they already
yeah.
had bounty hunters after them on the island, and
mhm.
Sanji does
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, that's a good point, and I'd be okay with that. I think
Yeah.
if they combine those two, that could make for honestly maybe even a more interesting version of those arcs. Because like they were fine on its own, but I wouldn't say they're heavy hitter arcs of One Piece. You know, they're just like
You don't want to see
It
Zoro one
springboards
like
into.
one man on army.
I don't think.
Well,
Well,
we
no,
might
I'll
get,
see
we
that.
might get the Luffy versus Zoro. That's the only thing I care about.
I kinda wanna
like
see
I
that.
kind of want to see that.
Okay.
What I don't think we're gonna get, and you're gonna be pretty upset about it, is the statue on the cake.
If I don't get the birthday cake, I will be upset.
I don't think we're gonna get it.
100% I will be upset if we don't get the birthday
We
Candle,
should-
candle, bro.
We before it airs, we should have like a bingo card for it.
Oh.
We
No,
should.
but they showed the candle fruit. They hinted at it with the.
we know we're getting him,
the
but
birthday.
Yeah, he's him.
Okay, so we might get the scene.
I'm putting my money on no personally.
Goldino.
he's right. We should do a bingo for this.
We
Yeah.
should have a bingo card, 100%.
Yeah, that would be so funny. When we do it, we'll make like a PDF version of it, and y'all can like play along too. How about that? Like everybody in the comments, audience.
Oh man, do you think they're gonna drop the whole season all at once, or do you think they're gonna release like half of it and be like, "Are y'all ready, guys? All right, here's the rest."
Maybe I could see them releasing it like way shorter than what was between 1 and 2. Because it is like a long story, you know, and like I think if you take too long, if you like, especially if they end in the middle of Alabasta, they take too long to come out with season 3. It could really just like slow down that momentum and like bring down the hype because everybody wants to see Alabasta. So I could see that. Drum Island has to be for sure like its own thing and done, in my opinion, as closely to the anime as possible.
They need to show him climbing up that
Yes.
that ice mountain, and I don't know how they're gonna manage showing that.
Yeah, because
I mean,
he was
you see some
carrying
crazy
them,
shit,
right?
though.
While he was carrying Nami.
Special effects. They'll like have him hold her in his mouth and
Maybe not something to that degree, but
hold him by a crane or something.
we'll get something.
As long as we get the effect of just him like bearing through the winter storm, you know, trying to get his friends to the doctor, like that is the core message of like Luffy will do anything for his crew.
we need the busted hands.
Yeah, we need the
Yes,
busted up hands, and we need the like save my friends, even though he was dying of frostbite.
This might be the first. Have we seen a single Zoan in season 1 of the live action?
No.
We might get our first Zoan with
Yeah.
Dante.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Oh,
bro,
that's
and
gonna be
a
interesting.
Bison or ox.
Ox. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Cool.
Oh, I wonder how they're gonna do that visual effect.
Well, see, they had to figure it out for Chopper.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, he's constantly like
CGI to
CGI'd, you know,
Yeah.
like Dante is a person. He's a human being that can transform
You
into
got to
an
give
ox.
us an in between.
So yeah, it's like the the anamorph effect.
Animorphs.
Oh God.
Get that
I
terrifying
have like my
moment in between.
reservations about it. I'm nervous, but I think it'll be okay.
Now, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna use some movie magic, and they're gonna like cut and then cut back, and he'll be like almost all the way transformed.
Maybe
Maybe.
that would be the safest way, but it would be the cheesiest way.
I mean, look,
But it would work.
that's always the issue with werewolf movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, just commit to it, bro. Just like if it sucks,
Hard
it sucks.
CGI.
But commit to it. Don't give me a cheap like whip transition. Be like, oh, he's transformed. Like, no.
Sorry, man. Just give me the Van Helsing transformation.
Mhm.
Van Helsing did it the best, man. Still the best werewolf movie like adaptation ever. I'm serious.
Oh, we're good.
No. I thought there was another Zoan we were gonna get.
No, but we're gonna get Wappled. You know,
Yeah, we're also getting.
that's gonna be
confirmed.
interesting. Do you think like they'll make his mouth really, really big so he can eat and whatever?
Maybe.
Yeah. No, they'll probably show him like be able to do it, but it's not like that all the time.
Yeah, I hope it's not like that all the time. I don't want to see that.
I don't think that I've seen like a confirmed actor, but shouldn't we also be getting Dragon?
Mhm.
Oh, we're starting with Logtown.
Smoker.
When Smoker, we
Yeah.
completely skipped past that. I thought we got that in season 1. No, you're right. Yeah, I think there is an actor casted for Dragon. I don't know who, and I know we have a Smoker also. So we'll get that. Do you think they're gonna do that little quick Roger flashback in the bar or whatever?
Maybe.
That could be cool. That seems easy to do.
We're definitely getting testing your luck.
No, the more that. Oh yeah.
Definitely getting
That's
that.
important.
'Cause I've already
Introduction to Queen
Yes.
Smoker.
Mhm.
Super important.
Them chasing them into the Grand Line. Like that whole
We gotta
thing
get
has
Buggy
to be
coming
set
back.
up.
Yes,
doing the-
exactly. And then
Yeah.
like
Do y'all
Dragon.
think they'll do the execution scene?
I hope
Yeah.
so. They have to.
Yeah,
They
that's
have
super
to.
important, dude. That's like a
Bro, we really do need to make a bingo card.
yeah.
100%. We need to like sit down and take the time to like list all of these things out and put it in a bingo card maker.
I'm super down to do that, and in fact, I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. I don't know when we'll do it,
Look,
but we will do it.
If we treat it like that time, we were so convinced we were going to come up with a One Piece D&D. You and
That's
me can
different.
Do, we
One
can do
Piece
it.
D&D
No,
was
hold on.
crazy.
Exactly. If we gave it the same amount of energy, bro, we'd have it in 2 hours.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, and there's like websites where you can just plug in the information and it auto generates it and randomizes it, so you can just have whatever. And you don't even have to print it out. You can just like have it on your phone and just mark it or something.
Bro, this comes out in 2026.
I know.
So look, it's in a while, but stay hyped because it's. I mean, One Piece is peak.
Also,
When does the One Piece start coming out?
ooh, I don't know.
They have not.
I'm letting that cook as long as it wants.
I'm-
After seeing what Moon Rising.
Oh, I never got around to watching it. I forgot. No,
bro.
dude, do not even start. I am juggling
No,
like 6 different shows.
I understand that. There's a Gary here. Okay. Sorry, the excuses go out the window when we're in the presence of him.
I don't care, bro.
No, dude, if you really want to see like what Wit Studio is capable of right now, hold my day.
I have never doubted Wit Studio, bro. They did Attack on Titan up like before season 4, like everything before that. And do y'all remember the Levi scene,
dude, it was
the chase scene?
insane.
My jaw dropped when I saw it for the first time. I was like, this is crazy. I
So
still
good.
go back and watch that scene
Bro,
sometimes.
When you want to feel, yeah.
Yeah, Wit Studio is, in my opinion, a powerhouse animation studio. So to see their take on One Piece is gonna be really interesting. I think it's gonna be such a cool like version of it.
Well, that and they're expanding on stuff. They're gonna take extra time. Like that's the fun part. Is you know how in like really high quality production animes, even just slice of life, like they set the scene, right? They'll cut and show like, oh yeah, here's this little river path, but it has koi fish swimming through it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and yeah, it's a rainy day, but we're in an area that's covered, and it's all lit because there's neon lights and it's a shopping center. But they give you those details through like small shots and different pieces of animation.
Yeah.
I hope that's how they establish every single island.
I think they will, because I have seen like storyboard art that they
Same.
released, or concept art, not storyboard, of like the early islands that they go to, and the level of detail, Gary, dude,
Baratier is about to
it's fantastic. Like just the art, and then the style of the characters too, like just the concept drawings already looks really, really good, and it doesn't lose like that Oda style that he's known for.
Good.
It looks like One Piece.
Okay.
Which is good. I was scared that it was just gonna look so different that it wouldn't be like watching One Piece anymore.
Hey, there's Diet One Piece.
Yeah, I'm more than anything, I'm excited for the pacing that they're gonna do, because with the time that they've had to like work on this, I'm assuming that they're gonna be able to do like maybe 1 to 3 chapters per episode. Because that's what the average is for most anime these days. So the pacing could feel so much better, and we could get like pretty deep into at least like up to the Grand Line.
I'm hoping that they can keep the entering the Grand Line within like, okay, so they do like 24 episodes, and then that 25th episode is like grand finale. We enter the Grand Line, and it ends the season with like, oh God, are they gonna be safe? What's gonna happen? Like they could end the season with that dude jumping out.
Yeah,
like,
they could
popping up and
do all that stuff.
Nami having to kill him.
So that would mean that they would have to do like a good amount, but 24 to 25 episodes is solid though. You can get a lot of story done in that. We've seen it happen with so many anime
So
nowadays.
And if they cut through all that fluff,
There is a lot of fluff early.
I can admit it.
I like
it's
the
my
fluff.
favorite
Yeah.
show. I can admit it has its flaws. It could be made better. And just like we all felt the same way about Dragon Ball Z. It was just like, oh man, they're
Yeah.
screaming for so long, blah blah
Oh.
blah. But like the nostalgia of it, the experience of it when you're first watching it, like come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna get that again
Mhm.
through the lens of Wit Studio.
Yeah, it's just a more modernized version of One Piece, and I think that's gonna be so refreshing. And I think like it's genuinely gonna bring more
Oh,
fans,
yeah.
more audience to it. And it's crazy because it already has such a huge audience. So I see this whole thing as nothing but a win, unless they really drop the ball somehow.
Now this is what we all wanted. Look back before Wano was confirmed, and like it was a rumor that we were gonna get an arc with swords and Zoro and you know a possible dragon deity or something like that. Like back before all that was confirmed.
In the before 4 time.
Snap. I forgot my point.
Yeah.
Forgot my point. Reminiscing.
Oh, like wanting people to like be like the fandom, like. I think that's where you were going with it.
Oh no! Back then, we would even be like, oh yeah, no, it's a dream, like One Piece, like a One Piece Kai, one
Yeah.
that's closer to the manga with
yeah.
better pacing and better animation. Like, oh man, wouldn't it be so good to like see it reanimated from the start? And then they did those like, oh, episode of East Blue.
Yeah, I
Episode of
like the
this,
episode of East
that,
Blue.
and those were fun. Those were cool. It was like a nice like, hey, this is a nice thing to pitch somebody if they're interested
Yes.
and they don't want to invest too much time into it. It's like, okay, well, watch this.
Yeah.
And if you like some moments out of it, then the series might be worth watching.
I did that to Pablo. I showed him the episode of East Blue, and that was enough to get him to like keep watching.
And now there's even there's going to be a better option where it's just like this is the new best way to experience one.
Look, if you were gonna hop on it, do it now.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that you say a better option because even though I do like the episode of East Blue, it's not perfect. And that's the only episode recap special that I recommend. Do not watch any of the other ones because they all suck.
Yeah, it cut out a ton of stuff that's
Like,
actually important.
Skype is awful.
Skypea is horrible. Don't watch it. It's so bad. The Alabasta movie recap that they did doesn't even show Ace in the entire thing. It's so dumb. And like I don't even think they show Robin coming up to the crew to just being on
like,
the,
I'm coming on your ship.
Yeah, that's not in the movie. It's such an important part of it, but whatever, don't watch those. Don't waste your time.
Yeah. Look, episode of East Blue is just a good jumping on point. And if you want to go reminisce or kind of remind yourself about like major plot points, you can go back and watch the recap movies. But yeah, I say all that to say back in the before 4 times, before like One Piece was massively popular
Yeah.
and in the mainstream, it was a pipe dream.
Yeah, it really was.
Get One Piece reanimated. Just like how people feel about Naruto getting a reanimation, right?
Which I'm still waiting for those episodes.
I've seen some crazy clips
Same.
going around.
Some like AI.
Yes.
I think it's like fan made or AI
Yeah.
generated or something. It looks insane.
I thought it was from a video game.
Pain versus.
No, that's from a video game. That's official. It's not CGI.
Are you sure?
Oh really?
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like a scene from
It's
a video game or
insane.
something. It's good. Can
Crazy.
you imagine getting
I
that
gotta
entire
play this
thing?
game, bro.
That's
Watch it be a
one
mobile game.
fight in Naruto that I wish would get a reanimation. The Pain versus
It
Naruto.
was supposed to be the pinnacle. We all felt that it was the
Yeah.
pinnacle.
Yeah, that animation was crazy though. Like I wouldn't say it was all bad, but like it was just wild, dude. It was just smears on smears and like.
No, bro, they were doing what they had to do.
Yeah, it was different time, different.
Look, back when we first watched it, though, don't tell me your jaw wasn't on the
Oh,
floor.
it was still hype. I mean, I didn't care about the animation back then. I cared about Naruto fighting
story,
Pain. You
yeah.
know, that's what I cared
No,
about.
we're settling this score.
Yeah, I don't.
Throwing hands real quick.
Probably could have given me stick figures and I still would have watched it. Like,
Yeah.
it gave me the same feeling whenever I saw in Black Clover when he first got his demon form for the first time and he fought something. I don't remember.
Flame and like
Yeah, a lot of
Yes,
people.
the
A lot of
diamond
people,
dude.
I'm sure, were like, "Hey, man, the animation." I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
it was
no.
dope.
Objectively or subjectively, I personally don't love that animation, but the first time I watched it, I was so hyped. I didn't care what it looked like.
Well, I had read the manga past that point. So
Oh,
like when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, okay, this is how they did it. This is pretty cool."
nice.
It's
Okay.
like I finally get to see it in motion.
Yeah. Okay, that's a different take for sure. Yeah, because you kind of already saw it, and yeah, I get that. But like, it wasn't the best animation, but it wasn't horrible. But I was more there for the hype moment of like Asta going all out, you know, same kind of thing.
I get that.
Oh, one thing we didn't touch on about the remake, they're also casting completely new voice actors, so it's not going to be the same, which is a concern that people have. I get the concern, but realistically, dude, I mean, she's really old. She's already talked about retirement.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's
You're gonna ask her to start from the beginning again.
For One Piece.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is she actually came out and made a statement recently saying that she might retire before One Piece actually officially ends.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Look, like I have a successor picked. I have a person I've been training, and I hope everybody is willing to accept that."
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And like
And it's
it
just
happen.
gotta have the community give some leeway. You know, like everybody could be eating this new Frankie alive, and maybe they are, right? I'm not a part of that conversation.
Nope.
I don't get any of that in my feeds because that's not what I'm interested in,
Yeah.
right? You know, I've seen clips of him here and there with the OG.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was picked for a reason, and they know
Yeah.
better than we do. We can have our preferences, but we're not in charge of that, you know? And like,
Yeah,
I don't
they
care how
chose him.
different he sounds. Yeah, they chose him. If he has the spirit and he embodies Frankie,
Sold.
that's Frankie. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, you can't deny it.
The man does
If we
Toto.
end up with a new Luffy, and
It'll
you
be
know,
hard,
then
but
then it
it'll-
is what it is.
Yeah, like, you have to accept it, you know?
Mhm.
It's
What are you gonna do? Start reading the manga?
good. Just
I'm
picture
good.
his
I'm good.
voice.
I'm good. Just the imagination the entire time.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I can't really think of many series that I've seen switch voice actors for their
MC.
Oh, for their
Yeah,
main character? That's pretty... No, yeah.
even Goku and Pikachu and Ash.
Sheesh.
Yeah, no, those... Luffy would probably be the first of, like,
Mhm.
those big, like, MCs. At least anime MCs. But let's hope that day is far away from now.
Far
Because
away.
I love Luffy's voice actor. It's just one of a kind. And
Mhm.
nothing would make me happier than hearing that same voice say, I finally became the king of the pirates, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Have you guys thought about how in like 5 to like 10 years, when you ask somebody like, "Hey, are you a One Piece fan?" You're like, "Yeah." Right now, as we kind of seen at the convention, we just kind of ask, "Okay, anime or manga?"
mm-hmm.
You get anime or manga answers. Give about 5-10 years, we're gonna have to be asking anime, manga, live action, or remake.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Look, you know what
crazy.
though? I'm here for the opinions. Like
Same.
I'm excited to see 5 years from now where the live action is going to be at. Right?
Mhm.
How far the remake has gone. If One Piece ended and how that finale went, right? And
I
then
don't
like
know, maybe.
manga wise, do we get it at a continuation? Do we get like a spin-off? Do we
Two
get
Piece?
Usopp's adventures, Nami's map of the world. Like there's so many things.
Mhm.
Brook and Laboon's logbook.
Give me a Brook backstory. No, actually, I want like a Garp or side story type thing.
okay.
Brook and Laboon world tour.
That too, I'll take it any day of the week.
You guys can call me basic, and I can't be the only one that wants this.
More Zoro.
Just show me him getting lost on islands, bro.
Of course.
Like he doesn't like it doesn't have to like be like story driven.
Mm-hmm. You know what I want? I will never ever get.
Something mommy Robin related.
No,
Go
Yeah.
on then.
I want to see Zoro versus Sanji, but like going all out. Like not the little spats that
You
they
know,
have when they just bicker.
Yeah, you know how
Like trying to kill?
Not necessarily trying to kill, but like
A Roger and Whitebeard, like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
like I want to give both of them good animation when they fight each other.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it'd just be super cool.
I would
Imagine he gets on the wrong boat again, and Zoro or Sanji's down in his all blue with all the mermaids and instigates, and boom, we get the all out fight because there's nobody there to stop him.
That'd be so cool, like a Goku Vegeta type.
Such a
exactly.
good little easy setup. Just bloop.
Yeah, that's just 100% pure fan service.
I could see Zoro getting on the wrong ship twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like you know how Goku and Vegeta say like, no, we would need a whole planet for our battle.
They
No.
would need a whole ocean.
They need no. I wouldn't say a
We
whole
need a
ocean.
whole
They need a
island.
whole island.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, just like
100%.
Punk Hazard, they needed their own
Yes.
island. Yeah.
So do you think at that point Sanji would be throwing kicks like the way Garp was throwing Galaxy Impact?
Yeah.
I think so, dude. I think peak, like prime Sanji, when he gets older and stuff, I think like he'll be able to even maybe like project like the fire, like a projectile type thing. I think he'll have the force of that Galaxy Impact with some of his like Diablo Jambas. Like, dude, he could be very strong, but just
Meteor
like Zoro, though.
strike,
If
just a
Sanji-
giant boom.
Mhm.
If Sanji had Conquerors Haki, like confirmed Conquerors Haki, he
still
would be in
waiting
like a totally different conversation of like.
I know that you don't believe this, and you.
It matters. That's
I think he's
the
gonna
worst
get
part.
it.
Is like Conquerors Haki matters.
Yeah,
Like,
it
Because
really
you can
does.
infuse it into your armor and it does more damage. Like, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
it
like-
matters.
I genuinely, I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks too. So let me know in the comments. But like, do you all think that Sanji should have Conquerors Haki?
Do y'all think Sakazuki has it?
No.
I do. Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Yes.
You don't think so?
Conquerors Haki?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, I might have to change my answer. Yeah.
Do you
If-
think it's a requirement for an admiral to have Conquerors?
Like what on the job listing?
Maybe a fleet admiral. That's why-
Maybe.
That's why Sakazuki and Kuzan were actually up for conversation for.
Well,
Fleet
Kizaru wasn't.
wasn't,
I haven't.
exactly.
Has he used Conquerors?
We haven't seen it.
I haven't seen like. I mean, we saw Red Lightning, but
So that's what I'm saying though, right? So like, if the admirals have to have Conquerors Haki, like Prime Sanji and Zoro are gonna be admiral level, if not more. So like, do
They're
y'all
gonna
think that
need it.
Sanji should have Conquerors Haki?
Yes.
look, man, he got the science body.
Oh, I
Got-
do
he-
forget
he-
that
he's
the
got
Germa stuff.
Yeah. Plus, he's been training. So, like, not only were his siblings powerful, they didn't train.
Right.
He's trained. He's lived like a life of adversity. He's going through fights over and over and recovering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he gets some kind of Zenkai boost.
It seems like he did. Like, it unlocks more of his
Yeah.
abilities as like a Germa,
Well, I thought that was
whatever,
due to
test tube baby.
how much he was using the
You know,
raid suit.
The
you know-
raid suit started unlocking more of that stuff,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. But I think it's because it became like maybe muscle memory type thing. Like it started, like he started feeling what it would be like to use those biotic enhancements,
mhm.
right? So then he didn't need the suit to activate them. His body just remembered it, right?
Okay.
I could
body
see that.
pulled a Super Saiyan God Goku.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what it feels like.
He pulled a perfect herself.
Yeah. I think he could get Conquerors Haki. Like,
I could see it happening, but only in a situation based around a woman.
but it could be like could lead to a really well written,
Like a really good moment
yeah,
or a really good
yeah.
scene. But like I could really see it being only because like there's a damsel in distress and he needs to knock, like kind of like a Luffy Ace moment.
Mm-hmm. Or even if Nami was in really serious danger, dude. Like he
Or Robin.
or Robin or anyone.
Robin is like always damsel. Hate to say it.
Nah, no.
Okay,
not
you know
lately.
she came to stomp him, but like I'm just scared, bro. She's the biggest target.
Believe me
They
when I
saw
tell
her
you
and
that
they were
she
like,
can
"Make
handle
sure y'all
herself
kill
now.
her."
But if Sanji's gonna unlock Conquerors Haki,
Mm-hmm.
he has to be some type of him has to want a desire to be a king, a conqueror.
Yeah.
What?
He's too kind for that. Like that's the only.
You could make
thing,
that
bro.
argument for Kobe, and there's potential that he has Conquerors Haki.
But remember, is like, I don't know. I feel like Sanji is kind of like Arthur in a sense. Is like he's got these principles and like certain things that he operates by that like makes him different, right? And thus allows him extra power. You know, like Arthur's dumb as heck. And he's delusional, and that's what makes him so strong. Is he's so dumb he thinks he's strong.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is crazy work, crazy logic. But imagine Sanji, you know, being so fixated on women, and that being such a character trait does result, like, you know, he might not have Conquerors Haki. He doesn't want to conquer when it comes to certain situations, but you know, you invoke one specifically involving women where it's like, boom, he gets access to it because of this circumstance.
Because he's trying to go out there and conquer that poontang.
I mean, like, there's so many ways that Oda could write it to make it make sense. Like,
I'm okay with Sanji.
because, like, hear me out. I'm pulling up a list of all confirmed Conquerors Haki users, and when I start seeing some of these people, I'm like, okay, well, if he has Conquerors Haki, then Sanji has to be able to get it.
Okay, give it to me.
If Chinjiao has Conquerors Haki,
Chinchao, Don Chinchao,
Yeah.
dude with the
I
funny
think
head.
that Sanji should.
I mean, we saw his grandson unlocked it on Dressrosa.
That's true.
If Eustace Kid has Conquerors Haki,
That useless.
Okay, buddy.
I think that Sanji deserves it too.
Damn. But
I
Law
would also
doesn't?
say Law, but like I'd think Sanji would get it over Law personally.
Really, I think Law would get it over Sanji personally.
At first I did, but I don't think so anymore.
Okay.
He doesn't, and I bring your point up, I don't think he has the same aspirations. Like, he doesn't seem to me like someone who has those grand aspirations of like, I want to be king of the pirate. I want
Exactly.
and he's a captain, right?
Oh, but
he
what if it
should
was
have
about
high
food?
aspirations.
Was it about food instead? Like, rather than a woman, what if it was about like wasting food? Like the celestial
those
dragons are
principles,
wasting food and forcing people to starve, and he just like, nah.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a better that's a
the
better
angle.
reason.
That's the angle.
Okay, so I could see it. We
Okay.
found a way for it to happen. I
Work.
can see.
And the mistreatment of even like the women and children up there.
Oh, bro,
dude.
Kuma's mom was the first one who died.
Exactly, man. Like, I think you give those because people forget about that. Like, yes, Sanji is a gooner, but he also is a very caring person. Like, he is naturally a caring person. You see that with animals, with women. Like, he does care about women. He tries to respect them, you know.
He's a feminist.
Yeah,
he's a gooner, but a feminist.
He is a feminist. But
He's
like,
a gooner who wants them to have rights.
but he's a good dude, is what I'm trying to say, and he cares
Literally
about his
just
friends.
lustful in the sense of just body, but he respects them.
Yeah, and it's just like a
No.
comedy trope at the
Well,
end
he's
of the
also
day.
young. He's like what? Like,
21.
Yeah,
21.
exactly.
What were you like when you were 21?
Oh, you were just a perfect gentleman.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
you didn't try and peek.
I
peek
bet you
something.
thought about
That's so
cheeks every
true.
day.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you when you went to the Renaissance Festival, you didn't look at those baristas who have those things, those corsets on, and you weren't like, dang.
Renaissance. Just go to any convention.
No, but
with
that's
cosplaying.
I'm saying specifically Renaissance because
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like that's like most people have been to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's gone to a convention. I feel like
Nowadays,
everyone's
I feel
been
like
to
it's almost mainstream.
Renaissance.
You guys go to conventions then? Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Perverts.
But yeah, and there were a couple other people like Boa has Conquerors Haki.
Ugh.
Exactly.
She wants to protect her people.
You caved like instantly.
Man, I almost doubled down, and I'm glad I didn't. I didn't want to have to bleep out that word.
She kicked a cat.
Yeah,
Nobody
there
cares
we go.
about her.
Yeah. I thought that was a
That
really
was a good
interesting-
discussion. Yeah, no,
actually-
Sanji, I think he could unlock it. And seeing like the way they really allude to how the celestial dragons treat people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, figurines are blonde.
Oh, y'all
Wonder-
haven't talked
wonder-
about that, huh?
I wonder,
No.
wonder if
Well, no, yeah,
they are related to the Germa somehow.
Oh, that thought has not crossed my mind even once.
Yeah, I've also heard people talking about they think that Dr. Heaterlook is Zebek.
I've heard that theory.
What?
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was a pirate who was active around the time that Zebek was active.
That would be the greatest plot twist in anime history.
He's also kind of like got similar length hair. It's just styled differently. And they're both crazy.
Zebek was the doctor of his crew, but he was also the captain.
They say like the whole illness thing and him almost dying of the illness, and like seeing the sakura blossoms and being cured of that, like that might allude to like a part of him or like a counterpart of him. Kind of how like people assume Marshall D. Teach, fucking Blackbeard got.
Oh my dear Lord! I saw one of the craziest theories.
What?
Zebek, Roger, Garp, all three of them brothers.
Brothers.
Yes, but not like blood brothers, sake cup brothers. Okay, and when you look at them and you look at kind of like what we know about their ambitions, their goals, and their dreams,
Yeah.
each one of them coalesces with Ace, Luffy, and Sabo.
Oh. Shoot.
Yeah.
Revolution. Freedom.
Justice through freedom
Conquering.
and conquering.
Well, Ace wanted to find his place in the world.
And I think that was
But he also wanted Whitebeard.
Maybe that was the Beck's thing. Is like, oh, I can't find my place, so I'll make my place.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I could see that. I don't hate that theory personally, because I just want to know more about Zebek anyways. Like,
plot twist. He was never really a thing.
I mean, he was never a thing.
They
He
just
was a
talked
myth.
about him.
He
Like,
was
it
a
was
myth
really
the whole time.
It was
We've seen his silhouette in the anime
that's a silhouette.
of a person.
Yeah.
We've heard his voice.
What if it was just always like hearsay? And have we heard his voice?
Yes.
I mean, so
in the Kaido
Emu,
flashback.
Emu's not even known. Emu's not even known of, right? Like until that leak with Walpole and Vivi, nobody other than the Gorosei knows about her.
Him.
Her.
Well, the newspaper article just shows Cobra like, like, yeah, that. And Wapple knows about Emu and the Gorosei and everything, and he's told Morgans. I don't think anything's been like shared with the world just yet. But
it might have been like intel shared specifically to like people who could do something with that information. It's not common knowledge that Emu exists.
Right.
So it wouldn't be hard, especially if you erased 100 years of history, to turn around and be like, oh yeah, no, this person, it was this all this person's fault.
It was Panda
It was
Man.
all this person's fault. Yeah, no, it was this guy named Zebek. He was crazy. Rocks D Zebek. Those D people are terrible.
You
They're
think
criminal.
he put the bad name on the D clan?
Or he was kind of like an scapegoat, so to speak.
Oh, a scapegoat. Yeah. Dude.
And then he went and became Dr. Heaterlook.
Oh my
Patsy. Yeah, he was their Patsy.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you, bro. Zebek was never real.
All right. Well, we'll find out, I guess, in maybe 5 years.
Who knows?
It's crazy that you bring up that like the D clan, because I didn't even realize like Garp is part of the D clan, and then Roger is part of the D clan, and then
And
Zebek.
so Zebek.
Yeah.
It's like 3 completely opposing D
D-clan.
clan members.
Mhm.
But they're all probably going to be fighting against the Celestial Dragons, and then the thing is going to be spun a certain way.
Yeah, I don't think
And I
Zebek
could
was
see
evil.
Zebek being he was trying to destroy the world. That's what was going on, when in
Yeah.
reality he was trying to break the world
mold,
that they
like-
created and break the society from
Yeah,
what
because
it
I don't
was.
like I've never really thought that Zebek was evil. I just thought that like he was just
The narrative
pirate.
again.
He
like
like
how Luffy's considered evil.
Yes.
yes.
They build a narrative to make it
Pirate.
seem a certain way.
Mhm.
Mingo said it
Every
best.
government in power will
propaganda.
mold people into whatever they want to fool the masses.
There is no good and evil. There is only winners and losers.
I feel like that Charlie meme from It's Always Sunny where he's like going crazy.
We are getting a whitebeard or whitebeard,
A
whiteboard
whiteboard.
in here one day, just so we can go.
We're gonna
full-blown, like,
list all our theories, like
Mhm.
Zebek
Get
was
some-
a patsy, He didn't even exist. He was Dr. Heaterlook.
We'll get some red yarn just so we can like randomly like this theory probably connects to this theory.
Yes.
We'll come up with everything possible, so then eventually we could be like, no, we guessed that.
And this and that,
And that.
and just
and
for the
this.
final conclusion, Foxy was indeed Emu. I know I pointed at a Luffy, but it's like meant to be like a Foxy.
Oh, like
Foxy.
I was like, I don't get it.
No. Foxy was in fact Emu. If you looked at all the evidence here, yep, that's
I
our
feel
final
like
conclusion.
Foxy is like a filler, non-filler, canon, non-canon character. You know what I mean? Like he only appears in movies and like in very clearly filler arcs.
Like he was in the manga, so he was like a real character.
But
unfortunately.
exactly, but he actually exists
Yeah.
in the One Piece manga and like
So
in the
does
One Piece
Shiki,
universe.
though. Shiki was a
Shiki's
movie,
canon,
Like
yeah.
but he's canon.
but not canon.
See, Oda does that though, where he makes like he will
Like Uta.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like canon characters, but non-canon stories.
No, that happened. Like the world almost died. The world almost died.
I had saw another theory.
Mm.
The previous person that had the change fruit,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're like it's the Odin flashback,
The old lady from Wano.
it was the old lady.
Yeah.
She was most likely on Zebek's crew.
Oh, I've seen that theory because of
Because
one of the
she
faces.
had-
I told
she-
you this like years ago.
Did you?
Yes, when we watched that for the first time, I had told you, it was like, hey, I don't know if y'all noticed, but one of those faces, like,
Uh-huh.
or
I saw
it was,
again recently.
yeah, I think it was maybe it's like Stussy, possibly. No,
May
I don't know. I don't remember the details.
yeah,
of it,
like-
but yes, I do remember this theory.
like when the old lady sitting there going through faces, talking to
I think it might have been Stussy.
Right? I want to
Yeah,
say
like
it
a younger
was.
one, because I was like, no way, she's bad. She's bad like that.
when
I mean, she is. She is. Like, it was funny. What I don't. Grandma Nyon, was that Grandma
Nyon.
Nyon? Was that Grandma Nyon?
From the God Valley flashback.
Yes.
Yeah, with the orange hair. That was Nyon.
That's Gloriosa. Yes.
Oh my God,
she was the-
Grandma Nyon.
Okay, so you're here. Like me and him got to talk about it.
Okay.
Who do you think the man she left Amazon Lily for was? Grandma Nyon.
Do you think Nami was found in a treasure chest, but she just wasn't
Brother,
mentioned
one
to be
question at
found
a
in
time.
treasure
Hold
chest?
on. No, I cannot think about two things at the same time. I think it was Whitebeard, and she just lost to Stussy, and that's why she became bitter and old and short.
She gave up on her dream to chase down. Oh my God.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
actually. Okay.
I think
And
Stussy
then
won.
she came back.
And she came back and like. yeah.
But wouldn't you think that she'd want to get involved in that war? Like, that's so crazy. She's telling Luffy, like, you shouldn't even go to that. You'd be an ant in a storm. Like, she did not mention. She did not like really react too much. She was just
Yeah.
like,
Because she probably
"Alright."
saw it was Whitebeard and she was like, screw him.
Yes. yeah. Yeah.
He went and, he went and had a child with that. I can't say that word.
Hussy.
Yeah, that hussy. And then he goes and starts this whole adoptive family and doesn't invite me.
I still don't think that's his like biological child.
Okay.
Weevil. I still don't think.
I don't know, bro. She was sitting on his shoulder, and she was like, "Get off of him!" And she was like, "Make me."
I
Fine.
I think they were close. I just don't
Bro,
think
no.
that it led to a child. I think that like he is a experiment maybe
mean-
with Whitebeard DNA.
Possibly.
I think so.
There's cloning technology.
There's cloning
Yeah,
technology,
I know,
bro. If Stussy was cloned and she's hanging around Weevil and she knew Vegapunk like that, like what if she just wanted to create the son that she never got to have, so she maybe forces Vegapunk to create
No,
a
it wouldn't be
Whitebeard
Vegapunk.
clone.
It would have been Queen.
Queen.
And they didn't
Yeah,
have,
not
they didn't have,
Vegapunk.
they didn't have
Queen.
enough Whitebeard DNA, so they sprinkled a little Queen juice in there.
That's never say that again. Ew. Ew. You had to do the motion too. That's disgusting, bro.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
I bet he zoomed right into that
Ugh.
petri dish.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
she's
One
just-
Piece has been really
Mhm.
good. She asked him to marry him, and he was like, "Nah, fam.
I'm for the streets.
My dad married my mom, and I became a slave, and she died, and he died.
It's so sad.
I don't want that to happen to you.
He's always thinking of everybody else except like besides himself. He puts everyone else first.
When you go through that kind of experience, like he was a very kind person to begin with. When he first fell down as a kid and got hurt, he got up and like acted tough and was like, I'm fine, to not worry his parents.
Yeah.
Right. Ever since he was a kid. He's a gentle giant.
He is a gentle giant. He is too pure for the One Piece world. How did y'all feel seeing that? Like,
he adores a nothing happened once a week.
Yeah.
Wild.
Dude, that was one of the things that made me start really seeing Kuma in a completely different light. You know, like outside of like his flashback as a kid, this is one of the first times we see him like older, and I'm like, oh, dude, he's willingly doing this every week. Like that's different.
Because at first I was like, damn, Jenny is like, she is being mean to these people.
Right.
Like, oh, that's why.
Yes. It's like, oh, and because it's her.
She's justified.
Yeah, 100% justified.
She's the one that has to sit there and listen to him scream through the pain and then go pick up his bloody, battered body and like nurse him back together just so he can do it all over again next week.
Yeah, man. It's harsh,
He's
dude.
not getting any payment or anything.
No, he's just
doing it because he's kind.
And that's why it sucks. Like, and that's why I always say his flashback was so tragic, because he didn't deserve anything that happened to him. He was nothing but kind and nothing but like generous to the world. And the world just took that and just like stomped on him, beat him to, you know, whatever, and beat him to a pulp. And that's why I always said, like, everything that's happened to him and that's gonna happen to him, he had every right in the world to be like the most heinous villain of all time, in my opinion. With like everything that you've had to go through, it's like, yeah, F the world, you know?
I'm scared
so
now.
I'm assuming she gets preggers with his baby. Like they go to capture him, and then it's like, oh my God, thank goodness you saved me. And then, you know, she's preggers with his baby, and then she dies, and then he's left with
The little baby Bonnie.
yeah.
Well, we'll find out next
I
week.
know. I know it's gonna be so much worse. Like this is Cliff Notes.
Yes.
Look, there's gonna be brutality. There's gonna, like the way things are gonna happen are. Oh.
So,
Yeah, we're
So-
gonna react to that one, by the way, so
Did-
keep an eye out for that.
he joined the Revolutionary Army, right?
Yes.
Did
And
Jenny?
and Jenny, yes.
Yeah, now she's captured.
Yeah.
And the other guys, too. Yeah, the kids that grew up with him,
Mm-hmm.
they also joined the Revolutionary Army.
So yeah, she's gonna get captured, I'm sure.
She
No,
did
no,
get
she
captured.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm gonna assume something.
And he heard about it.
Yeah.
That's what they alluded to at the end, right before the to be continued.
And then next week, you're all gonna understand why like everybody has such a problem with Dragon now too. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Problem?
Huh?
Another problem with Dragon?
Yeah, but like one of the big things. Yeah, on top of the list of.
Does he have any redeeming moments except
He saved Luffy that one time.
20 billion years ago,
That's-
30 years ago?
In my opinion, literally the only thing keeping him like.
What about him taking in Sabo?
I mean, yeah, that too. He did save. And
Then again,
basically
he could have
raised
saved
Sabo,
Sabo the whole time.
but he did
He
it.
also could have took Ace and Luffy with him, but he also probably didn't want them to become part or like targets. And dude,
For all we know, he
Dude.
abandoned Luffy. So
he made a enemy of the world government and the celestial dragons personally, like Sabo did. So him being taken in by the revolutionary army,
that makes sense. Yeah, at least maybe he was leaving Luffy and Ace to at least give
Like,
them the
try to
opportunity.
have a normal life.
Yeah, I could totally see that, but I'm waiting for it. It's been,
I mean,
One Piece
you
is
know,
out for 25 years, and I know nothing about this man.
You at least see him like smile when you hear like, oh yeah, Luffy did this, and he's just like, ah, he's out there living a good life as a pirate at least.
I'm dying to see that reunion, bro. I just don't think Luffy's gonna care, really.
He heard about it in the newspaper or something. Like somebody mentioned him I forget who. Like they had a whole interaction, and he was like, I don't really know my dad. Anyway, it's like,
No,
I'm not worried about that. Like, look at this.
I think he like barely knew he had a dad.
Mhm.
Huh, I have a dad? Like,
Yeah, and
He
he
never
skipped
once
past
thought
that and
about
was like, look, it's Sabo.
that means he abandoned him as a baby, dude. Like, didn't never once
I
even.
mean, we saw Luffy like 3 years old getting thrown in a jungle.
Yeah, so he had to have
I
abandoned him.
guarantee-
Like,
bro,
maybe even while she was pregnant, whoever Luffy's mom was.
I guarantee, bro, Luffy from like the age of like infancy to like 2 was probably crawling around the Navy headquarters.
You think so?
Absolutely, bro. Garp probably had him from the get-go.
Maybe, yeah. And then he became too rowdy, too much,
Mhm.
and then sent him to Dadan.
That's why I think like a lot of people are like when they come up to Garp, they're like, "Hey man, ain't that your grandson?"
I would love
Like, bro, you brought him to work, saying about how this was gonna be the future of the Marines, how he was gonna save us all, and he was gonna take down all the pirates. Buddy, that's the biggest candidate for Pirate King. You
like-
brought down the last Pirate King, and then
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Eats his crackers.
I love Garp.
That's funny, bro. That's so funny. I
So-
can see it.
You know-
And I'm so glad you bring that up because I believe that Garp is Luffy's grandfather. I don't believe that Dragon is Luffy's actual dad. They're so different.
Maybe
Stone cold serious,
maybe
like
he's-
not a smile
maybe
that he
he's
had.
father-in-law.
Yeah, I don't think it's like biological.
what if it? Oof, this is a bad way to think about it.
Mm.
What if Luffy's just some kid they saved?
Oh, what if he just doesn't have parents? Or, like, he does, but they're just random.
Or like Dragon probably was just like, oh, damn, I think I just pulled a Roger. Goes to
Your grandpa.
No, but he has
Your
to be
dad.
related to Garp. Oh wait, no, that's no. Luffy and Garp
Luffy and
look
Garp are
similar, act
100%
similar.
related.
They're
Okay,
100% related by blood.
Hmm.
That's why I think that like he has to be then, right? Because Dragon is for sure Garp's son. Ah, shit. Oh, sorry, it has to be.
He could be stepson, like son-in-law.
I was about to say, I was like,
Oh,
does
you
anything
think
ever
Luffy's
really
mom could be the connection between Garp.
Maybe that's why he doesn't like him so much because it's like he's not your actual son. He's like your son-in-law.
What if Luffy's
Maybe.
mom is like just one of the other revolutionary people, and
What?
like she's not the leader of it.
But they both have the monkey name. That wouldn't pass down if he was the son.
see? But maybe what if
But what if that's
he
to hide
took
it?
in? I was gonna
What if
say
that's to hide the connection to Dragon? Because remember, that wasn't connected until they were announcing after
during
during Marineford.
Right.
That wasn't public knowledge
Oh, what the
that
Ace
Luffy and Dragon.
were father
Like-
and son.
Yeah.
Well, Dragon wasn't
related.
brought up on that. It was the Ace and Roger thing, and then Ivankov was like, "Wait, Luffy, you're Roger's son." He's like, "Oh no. Ace and I are brothers, but not by blood," and that's what it was.
Yeah.
But Dragon wasn't brought up. Oh, and then Ivankov did ask about Dragon. Wow,
It's
it's
like,
been a
oh,
while
yeah,
since
I'm
but
pretty,
I
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure
sure
at
they
Marineford.
announced like
Admiral-
Luffy
Mhm.
is
didn't announce
is
Luffy.
Yes, they did.
connected. Yeah, like the pirate Straw Hat Luffy is biologically related to Dragon
I'm
or
gonna have to double check that because
I promise you, I do
don't
remember
believe
that because it was like you slowly saw like Luffy, a threat, the brother of Ace. Okay,
oh, he has Conquerors Haki. Oh, he's related to the most wanted man in the world.
Are you saying like when Luffy gets there, that's when they're like, "Oh, that's like."
yes, like
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that they announced that while they were announcing the Ace thing on the execution
they
platform.
might have.
it might have been like
No, because Luffy was, in my opinion, a nobody to the government at that point in time. Yes, I know, and he's lobbying all that stuff, but this was way more
I'm
important.
gonna go back and rewatch.
Yes,
and we will tell
please,
you.
please,
we
I'm
will
so
tell you
curious.
on the next episode of this podcast.
yes.
Anime Alchemists.
All right, yeah. Go watch World Trigger. I'll
Thanks
check this
a lot.
out.
Alchemists out.